One News is as woke as it can be. And they have literally published a story on their news site by a woman called Vivian Bedoya, originally apparently from the Philippines, and actually a camera person, not a journalist. I'll just read it. And this is News, which is the cool, hip, especially stupid branch of Television New Zealand, the News. So they have decided, the state-owned company have decided to publish this piece. The headline is, Vivian Bedoya writes about how colonialism has shaped our views on canned food. I kid you not, that's the headline. This camerawoman who works for us writes about how colonialism has shaped our views on canned food. While I'm from the Philippines, the canned meat Spam felt like a luxury because it's imported, more expensive, and arguably tastier than the local brands of luncheon meat. Spam salog, which is a traditional Filipino breakfast meal consisting of spam, fried egg, and garlic rice, is my comfort food. When I moved to New Zealand, it was such a huge surprise to me that this wasn't a shared sentiment in Western culture. Well, it shouldn't have been a surprise, really, darling. You've moved from one culture to an entirely different culture. It's probably not going to be the same. I was met with disgusted reactions. Oh, I'm sure you had to find a safe space. With some going as far as saying straight to my face that Spam is dog food. Oh, my God, how did you survive? How did you survive someone saying Spam is dog food? After I've just told them how much I loved it. But it's not just Spam that seems to get looked down on. You're just saying Spam's dog food. It's other canned foods too. Oh, honestly, this is published by News. Like corned beef, fish, and other tinned vegetables. Oh, God, the injustice of it all. So what's the beef with canned food? When I asked an academic, oh, Christ, they've gone to find an expert. When I asked an academic why canned food gets so much shade, he said there could be a variety of reasons, but there was one common theme: colonialism. Auckland University of Technology, a senior lecturer, Rob Richardson, says that's this idea that there are products the West doesn't want, so we dump it on other cultures. He says Spam made its way to countries like the Philippines, Japan, and South Korea because American soldiers left it there after World War II. Oh, just when they were saving them from imperialism and fascism, but let's not mention that. In Aotearoa, some other country, Rob says second and third grade cuts of lamb, like lamb flaps, ended up being sold to the Pacific Islands because New Zealand didn't want them. Well, they liked them, actually, and it was cheap, and they could afford them. The disgusted reactions probably have to do with a certain level of cultural arrogance, and we certainly need to eat more broadly if we're going to be more sustainable, he says. So now we're into the woke climate change. We can just eat the prime cuts of meat because what we do with the rest of the animal. For cultures who enjoy on or rely on canned food, Rob said they may have a love-hate relationship with it. He says canned food is seen as reliable because it's accessible, cheap, and has a long shelf life, which is important for nations frequently hit by natural calamities. He says others also see it as a badge of honour because it's a symbol of recognition and forming a new culture of their own. But he says the tin products could also get some pushback, as some would see it as the food of the coloniser and know it's not healthy for their people. A lot of these countries have a disrupted journey to statehood as different groups of people have colonised them. They've always had an oppressor and now they have independence, and the food they eat is part of informing their national identity. Oh God, I can't go on, actually. And now it goes to some Filipino reference. I actually like corned beef. Okay, can I just say I love canned corned beef? I really do. I do not know why with the mustard sauce. I just love canned corned beef. So, am I being colonised, Ben? But what amazes me is that News at Television New Zealand, that somehow it's being run by people who would allow that crap to be published. Really? Why would you allow that to be published and want people to laugh at your organisation? Now, I hope this Filipino camera woman, Vivian Bedoya, I hope she's got a safe space. I hope I haven't upset her too much by criticising the crap she wrote. But it is crap in the New Zealand context. What a load of twaddle, of woke twaddle that was. Still, you could run an ad about that in the Herald and they wouldn't mind, would they? Spam colonialism. Ben, you can believe that story. See, if you're going mainstream, Ben, you could be writing stuff like that right now.
I would never. I mean, I thought you were making this up. I've just had to search up this article.
Yeah.
And I'm reading it now.
And it's real.
What's the point? I don't get what the
just to say they're diverse and different, man. Okay, and we're all, you know.
But is she having a go at Western cultures for not liking canned meat?
I don't know. If she wants to eat spam, she can go back to the frickin' Philippines.
But if they like it, what's the problem? And if I don't like it, what's the problem?
Yeah, and I do like corned beef. I don't like spam. I like corned beef.